In this first lesson about V-Ray for Blender, we're going to introduce the app inside, or we can say the add-on inside Blender. And we're just going to do a tour of the interface. We're not going to go into specific with anything. We're just going to see how we can activate it and just, start to set up everything. So this is Blender 5 right here. And if I expand the sidebar on the side, you can see here I have some add-ons. So if I want to restart and load factory settings anytime, I can go hit there to reset to file. And in the interface, I can also change the language if I want. Now, just for this lesson, I'm going to change it in Italian just to show you that when we change from the render engine from Eevee to V-Ray in the rendering settings, we will see some of the names will be in your language, some others will be in English. So it's going to be mixed English and your own language. First of all, you need to activate V-Ray. So you need to go to the add-ons and you need to search with the V and the dash, and you will find V-Ray from Blender there. And also you need to log in your account in order for this to work. Otherwise, it will give you problems later. So here we have sections. For example, we can set up the device type, GPU. So if you have RTX, you can select that. If you want to use CPU, GPU, you can do here the selection. I'm going to go for the RTX, and I'm going to use the GPU because I have a strong graphic card, so I don't want to use the processor for this. But you can, change it. If something doesn't work, you can make some changes in here also. Distributed rendering is if you want to use more than one machine, but in my case, I'm just going to use one laptop. And here you have like other settings, general settings. So we start with the preferences and we set up some initial stuff in here. Of course, if you don't know how to use Blender, you need to learn Blender, check the Blender video course first. So I'm going to go here in the render engine and I'm going to change it into V-Ray. So you need to go in the render properties panel, change it into V-Ray, and you can just test it to run here. You can just run a render and test it. So you can see that it's actually working. And we have this window here that is called the V-Ray frame buffer. And it basically renders whatever is in the scene. So the lights, the models, the materials, but we don't have much at the moment. So this is just to show you that this is already one of the extra panels that come from the V-Ray add-on. So in here, we can do post-production, we can work with layers, we can render, we can save, we can check the various information about the render image, and so on. So basically, in this panel, we have most of the settings for the render engine and for the render quality. Also here, you can see you can pick the render engine and you can say if you want to use GPU again, or some other device. You can put this RTX. So here you can go back in the preferences by clicking on the little engine, and that's it. So that's the first step I think you need to do. And then later on, we will talk more about the various panels and parameters that we find. Also up here in the Blender render menu, you can see that this is changed. Now we have production render with V-Ray with the little teapot as a symbol, F12, the shortcut key, and then we have start interactive render. So you have a choice, you can do production render or interactive, and then you have the VFB, which is the V-Ray frame buffer, which we just saw. And again, we're going to go more into the specific with that later on. You can see a lot of the parameters here and values are all in English, but some of them could be translated in your own language. So just for this first video, I'm going to use my language, and then the other ones I'm going to do in English. And here we have GI, so global illumination, which is the way that V-Ray lightens the scene and create the render. And then your globals, you have cameras, you have illumination, you have materials, you have textures, you have like settings for everything that is gonna work in the render, in the V-Ray render. And then we have also the last one here is system, so you can do some extra settings here on the performance and things like that. Okay, so this is the first panel. Again, the rendering panel of Blender, and you switch to V-Ray, and these are the first settings you may want to have a look at. Now, also other things, lighting. Of course, you can use lights, and you can use lights in Blender lights. And you can see here we have a different setup because this is not a Blender light anymore. It has been automatically changed and updated to be a V-Ray light. You can read it. Well, you can give a different name as usual, like in Blender. And here you can read that it's a V-Ray light type. The objects, you can apply parameters to the objects that are not native of Blender but are from V-Ray. Usually you can see a little logo of the V and the sphere that will make you recognize extra parameters that come from V-Ray. And what else? Well, in any section you will probably have some more parameters you can use, especially in the materials and the lights and the objects. So here you can see in the materials, we can try to switch and to update to convert the materials into V-Ray materials. Or you can directly create your own V-Ray material. Again, we will explain this later. All the rest remains basically the same that you are accustomed with Blender. And then cameras. Also, cameras can be customized, and in terms of new V-Ray parameters, especially we have physical camera, which is kind of a realistic camera which has realistic settings coming from real world cameras, and some other parameters down there. So again, render, lights, objects, materials, cameras, settings, general settings, and that's it. You need to consider all of this stuff to finalize your rendering in V-Ray for Blender. So we're gonna go step by step, video by video. We're gonna increase the level of difficulty little by little. If you're already having difficulties, check the Blender video course. And also up here, you can see we have an extra menu, V-Ray menu, and here you'll find basically everything about your V-Ray for Blender. So you have, again, the V-Ray frame buffer, and then you have the start production rendering, interactive rendering, and if you go down there, you find other tools. So these are the most important ones. You can also submit to cloud, which is an online service from CUDA, and it will work as a storage, but also it will help you to render and generate stuff. But we're gonna go later in that. Collaboration, if you're working with others. Here you have also Cosmos, which is a library full of assets that we can use, similar to Blender Kit if you use Blender Kit in Blender, or similar to other online libraries like Sketchfab, for example. But these are optimized to be used with V-Ray, so they are pretty interesting and performing. And then you have, again, physical camera. So if you click here, you can see we created a physical camera directly. So if it's kind of hidden in the box right there. So usually all the objects you create in Blender, they go with the cursor, so you can change the position of the cursor or just change the position of the object later. And that's the camera. You can see it's exactly the same as the Blender camera, but it contains already settings ready to be used with V-Ray. Same goes for the lighting. You have a bunch of different types of lights that you can use that are pretty specific. And geometry, you cannot create anything with V-Ray. V-Ray is just a renderer, so you can just create proxies, which are you can import a V-Ray scene from another software that you use, perhaps like V-Ray for SketchUp or V-Ray for Cinema 4D or V-Ray for 3ds Max. You can import proxies, or you can create proxies. You can import fur and create fur. Well, all of this stuff is basically kind of working with existing objects. You cannot model objects with V-Ray. Just you can use lights, materials. You can convert materials that are existing already in your scene. Perhaps you have a scene that you prepared in Blender using cycles. You can try to do a batch conversion. And then you have help, and also you can check your account. Now in the ads here, I'm going to add a plane, and I'm going to put it down. I'm going to create a quick render just to get you started. So I'm going to also create the monkey head of Blender. Again, if you're having problems with this stuff, check the Blender video course. Start there because you need to know Blender. So I'm going to add also subdivision surface modifier here, and I'm going to increase the level of details or the level of subdivisions to have a smoother object. And now you can see these are the visualization. When I go in the third visualization, which is kind of a material preview and kind of a like lightweight render, and also in the rendering mode, it doesn't work. It says here that the V-Ray connection is not working, so I need to restart. So I will restart the computer and make sure that my license it's connected. I have the login, and sometimes you can also try to switch here in the V-Ray engine. Maybe there is something wrong with the graphic card. The graphic card is not working or something. So, but usually when you go here, also this is an extra icon for the V-Ray frame buffer, and yeah, you can see it's all black. That's not because of the light, because we do have a light. So there's something wrong with the probably the connection. So again, make sure you log in, make sure the license is on. You can go in the CAUS website, and there is in your account there is a license section, and you can check there if it's on, if it's working, if it's going, or if it's not. So check that, log in again. Perhaps if it doesn't work, try to restart, and eventually should work. Otherwise, you know, you can see the support, you can see the help. So what I'm going to do is just close everything, because right now it's not working, even if I made some changes here. And there you go. Now I've restarted the computer. Sorry, just Blender, and now it works. But it works, I think, simply because I have a connection and I have logged in. So now if I run the V-Ray frame buffer, you can see the object, you can see the light up there. You can see if it's running or not. If it's green, it's running. If it's not, it's stopped. And now if I go in the third sphere with the material preview of Blender, I can see already the rendering. So with both the spheres there of the render and of the material, I can see, and I can also adjust the quality. So if I want a faster or slower rendering, I can adjust the viewport resolution of the rendering. I can also add the denoiser already to get rid of the noise, so I have a cleaner image. And you know, this is something that you can adjust. Perhaps if you're working and you want to be faster, you can decrease the quality. And so you can run it, you can stop it also just by changing the view. Actually, you will stop the render because you are switching from a render to another non-render. Now I am in the shading interface, and also want to show you here quickly the material. So you can see the standard material of Blender is there, and it's working with V-Ray. So you can use the generic material of standard material of Blender, but also it's simple to create a new one. When you create a new one, here you can see if it's standard material or if it's V-Ray. And also here, if I click on the little arrow, I can expand. I can pick a material like that. And if it's not a V-Ray material, I can try to convert it by clicking on the convert cycles to V-Ray. And you can see it did something, and the material now it looks a little bit better. So it's not like so visible, but you may notice that it looks better and probably will work better, because you know, once you're working with V-Ray, you want to make sure that everything is V-Ray. So V-Ray lighting, V-Ray materials, V-Ray cameras, everything V-Ray. Don't use any like native Blender stuff talking about this basic setting. And this will be all for this first lesson, just to get you started. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, subscribe to the channel to stay updated. And if you want to support us, join the channel as a supporter. Check also our other courses and video guides that we publish every day. Again, thanks, and see you in the next video.